Good morning, good morning. Welcome to the breakfast show. Do apologies for the slight delay as we were sort of looking into the market, and very interestingly we do see this morning the market is actually heading higher than we should. And let's go on to what we have this morning and prepared for you in here, and let me just get on to the remarks. Those of you who have anything that you want to ask on, just let me know. I'll be happy to look into those questions that you have. Let's take a look at what we have this morning and switching to a wider chart in here. And of course, this morning our agenda will be more of the focus that the KLCI are able to break above the 1415. Let's take a look at where is this morning here. Okay, go back to the main menu, switching to a wider chart here, and I do think that this morning the market looking pretty good. One more tap, that should bring us to the next chart here, and I'm interested to see how well our KLCI has, and I do hope that some of your trade, that's right, it's already 1415, a nice breakout switching to a 1 month chart, and you could see in here, and this is why this market is going to test the next resistance, which is the 1420. But since Green Pentagon, for those of you who had, and this was also a very nice correction that you see from the chart here, and then you have the very popular made by Zach here is the no supply. No supply is definitely one of the most strongest in terms of SOS, sign of strength, and that's what we are getting this market to hit higher here. And those of you who have any questions, feel free to pencil. I'm happy to comment that, and also we'll review some of the hot sectors and also the stock FA stocks. And for this, since this is the beginner for our SmartRobie, we do hope that some of our beginner here will take stock and really switch to the so-called dividend stocks that we have, and usually that's the one who do much better as time when we have the market kind of volatility in here. But nevertheless, I think many of you who have been our great supporter, we thank you for your behalf in here. And let's go on to what we have in store in here. And of course, partly the SmartRobie is powered by Pentagon Guider, which is part and parcel of our flagship product in here. And right now we have the insider buying and selling that is very prominent to many of them. Now let's take a look at our KLCI Pentagon Champion, and we do display this every fortnight. And since the Green Pentagon, we'll be zooming in into RGP, and this is kind of interesting. I think for some of you who have seen this before, RGP had a nice background. I think for many of the Trade VSA students of the market, I think it's important that when you study this kind of chart, look on the left hand side just before the market turned left. This is where you see a lot of sign of strength. Spring, test, spring, and this is where this market tend to go underthrough what we call the accumulation, and a hallmark of a smart money campaign, which is pretty much the footprint of the smart money when they have, and then they're ready to mark up, like you can see here in June, and then the market just goes straight up. And we have seen a lot of this kind of chart in here where smart money can control the market or narrative. But right now with the red pentagon, it's already show is over, take a bit of profit. It may go a bit higher, but that's not the whole purpose of this market. The whole purpose of the market is really understanding the smart money that we see here. Good morning, Hami. Thank you for coming. All right, and also let's look into the insider buying and selling. Of course, those of you who have the VSA 360, this is definitely a bonus in here. But let's take a look at the morning of the market. We have seen just now, market is really had a nice pullback, as you see on top here, the nice pullback, 2-bar pullback, and then followed taking out the high. I do think that if this evening by 5 o'clock, if the market closed well, then that'll be great. And also don't forget, this evening we will have our members live trading too. All right, so those of you who have the live trading, make sure you come back and come back at 9:30 tonight for our member live trading in here. Okay, live weekly training. Okay. All right, so that's and also very important, we have the foreign fund inflow continued to come in. I think even last Friday was up. We only have one outflow since this chart started to move up, and it also corresponds to the foreign funds. When the foreign fund comes in, this was a good wash at 1380, and then of course those of you who have the green pentagon would have picked it up much earlier in here when the market started to pick up and started to sort of swing up, and that's a nice one. How far can it go? I do think that the market will likely test the old high at 1440. Okay, 1440, that's the level that we are talking about, and once it cracked through that level 1440, I think that's good. But right now it's already in the so-called the beginning of stage 2 in here. But do take note, a lot of times the market can reverse very quickly, so that's where we have to be watch out for. But right now the Dow Jones are really breaking to a new high. You can also check that on SmartRobie in here. Now let's also move on to the next chart that I have, right, which is the futures. All right, now the futures, which is part of the VSA plugin in here, will see possible market testing even higher in here, and they are so-called the leading indicator. As you can see from here, the market turned back to 1430, the old high there, and likely to retest back to 1450, very similar. You can also see up here market is swinging up, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Okay, so that's really what. And also have the railway track also cross up, and that's a nice one here, crossing up 1420. That's where we have already 8 bars since the blue pentagon has moved up. 8 bars since the blue pentagon has moved up. And also you can see from here, all right, this is a full chart of it, very similar, the future chart, to the KLCI chart in here, and that's what we are looking for, this kind of market that we're going for. Okay, so you can see this is where the stage 2, we also draw a trend line zone here, 1440, 1430, likely to see the next resistance. All right, now let's look at the stage 2 shares. All right, the stage 2 shares is one of the main features of the Zoom link here that you on the stage 2 main menu in here. There we have the Robbie FA. Let's look at the stage 2, and before we do that, also, you can see this list that we have up here. Many of these are for today. Of course, you can also check it out. What are stage 2 shares? Stage 2 shares are what we call the continuation of a trend, uptrend. So right now we can see the construction and also the property is in the uptrend in here. How do I know that? You can always switch to the hot sectors here, and you can see property, technology, and construction. These are your top 3, so check it out in here. But right now we're just focusing on the stage 2 shares, and you can see from last week some of the shares did pretty well. InSAS, Charimin, SignProp, which is the one that came up. So let's take a look at Sign Property here. Okay, SignProp, and you can see from here, and check out the chart. And this where you have a very nice move last week. So if I go on to the 17, which is just before, you can see the 17, and then on Tuesday we have a pullback. But right now we have a widespread bar. Usually widespread bar after 3 widespread bar, it's time to take some profit if you have some property in here. Charimin also very similar. Not all chart, remember, not all chart that you see here goes up, but this is from the stage 2 shares, the continuation of the stage 2 share. And let's go to Charimin, which is the oil and gas. Let's go to hit the chart here and switch to a 1-month chart, and you can also see on the 17, this is the 18, 17 in here, 1 2 3, and you have 4 bars already in here. So it's time to take some profit too for your Charimin. InSAS, let's take a look at InSAS too. Okay, InSAS, and chart, stock chart and stock comment here, right? So you can see the stock chart, stock comment, InSAS, switching to 1-month chart. Hasn't break up yet, right? So this one hasn't break up yet. Last week it did had the 17 was this bar, I think. Yep, 17 in here. And this is also a play of the mother share of Inari. So if this market were to move up, you definitely see InSAS moving up too in here with your SmartRobie apps. Now this week we definitely have a couple of nice stocks here. We're looking at these are all I believe construction, yes, construction for stage 2 shares, construction or property and construction, right, which I've talked about here, SP Satir, UEMS. So check it out yourself, but I'll just pick one, UEM, which already run last week. That's what it's important for you to check this SmartRobie every day to see where the market's heading right now. So you can see from here, that's right, switching up to a 1 month chart, and on the 17th started to move up here. Very big move. I think this is also coincide with a lot of analysts really buying into it, and because state election right now, state election is coming up, so this is where I do think that the market likely to tape off from here. Take some profit. All right, those of you who have not come in, learn to buy on pullback. That would be the best reward to risk. All right, if the market were to turn and you have a bit more. But as I said before, if you have followed the green pentagon early on, I think you're in much better market position in here. Now let's look at some of the older stocks. 17th of July, KGB and FBI. So KGB, you can see there's an uptrust here, and after uptrust, the market generally fall back. And you can see right now you have the old high here, tries to break up, but then turn green pentagon. Have to be very careful right now. But I do think that KGB still have support just short of the 150 mark in here. The FA is rated 4 out of 8, a pretty good one here. And then we have the FBI. FBI last week was around 250. You can see market did push up higher, and that's a nice one here, 260 for that one. So let's take a look at this week. But before that, just also subscribe to our daily newsletter, and you can get the Robie FA list as well as you can get it in here. Now let's take a look at the Robie FA list, which is the also hot sectors. Just keep in mind the KLCI now has turned green pentagon rather than red that you see the sign up here. Just need to update that. And now you can see SOP. So just can go to switch on to main menu, Robie FA list. There's actually 3. I prefer those which is smaller in terms of the price, closing price. And you can see Westport, Nestle, it's pretty pricey, 132. So SOP and Westport, right, which is rated 6 and 8. First one, SOP. Just done UT on the green pentagon in here, but started to move up. I think this is also I did talk about on the podcast right later on, and also in our daily newsletter. The plantation sector is beginning to hit above 4,000 the CPO prices. That's why you see a lot of these move up, and SOP definitely one of the better fundamental stocks around at 260. Then we have the Westport. All right, Westport also turned green pentagon in here, and this is again a play on the recovery of the economy in here. Let's see how well it will do, whether it will hit at 375 and then slow down or not. But of course, those of you who have some of the fundamental stocks, you can also keep this and collect the dividend here. Now, of course, our Pentagon Guider, we are very proud of it in here, as many of our members are using it, the Pentagon Guider, to determine the up signal for the stocks and also down signal for the stocks here. You can see green and red Pentagon in here. But right now, you can definitely set your Pentagon alert. You have not done so. So check out the notification pagi dan malam, early in the morning. When you set it up in here, usually the notification will come up around 10:30 to 11. 10:30 to 11. That's the time in here. And to set that, it's pretty easy. Create a watch list that you see here, and then go on the watches, add on. You can not only add for the KLCI, but also for the US S&P 500 and also the Hong Kong shares. Those will pop up. You can see here the blue cell is the one that has the notification. It also comes on your phone, and you can really add in the stock prices in here, and you can select them. So once you have it and you log in, you will see the Pentagon alert and also red alert. I think especially those of you who have already got your morning trade, you want to set up your Pentagon red alert so you can really notify in case some of it out in here. And also when you go on to your apps, right at the front here, let me just show you to here. I don't have any alert in here. The investment right at the bottom here, right? That's the one we're telling you. And when you click on that one, go to your watch list, and you can see I have 2 alerted stocks. Okay, 2 alerted stocks, right? Alerted already, which is Icon and Echo West, which is on the 31st. That was a fair bit. 2 alerted stocks here and 3 waiting. So have to wait. This one not yet alert to me. Okay, so that's where we are looking at this market right now. right? And also don't forget the red and green Pentagon alert also comes out on your notification right at the front screen here. All right, something newbie and you get a freebie. All right, so ensure you enable your notification alert in here. And of course, we are coming to the last part of our thing in here. It's a summary in here. The KLCR right now, it's well supported at 1400 with a stage 2 right now in here. The Robie FA list is something you want to look at, and also the S2 stage 2 shares. But you can also check out the premium alert for those of you who want to go in right now. They can for the advanced students in here or advanced trader in here. The Pentagon still stays the same. It's just that this round we want to focus on the stage 2 shares here, and sometimes we'll go back to the Pentagon guided shares. We have at least a few options for many of you in here. 1400s remain to be good. You can see from this list the intraday stocks. Ooh, V Solar, but this one is 22 cents. All these are kind of very volatile because they're all penny stocks, many of them, and they start to move up. YBS, XL, JSB, that's Gentayu, that's up 7% this morning in here. But since Green Pentagon, you can see up 13.8%, YBS 18, Hexa, Red Pentagon, but started to move up 3.3, so that's pretty good in here. So hopefully we'll get out from the bear market in here. Right now we want to see this evening at 5 p.m. the market breakthrough and close above the 1415 in here. All right, now of course you can don't forget to check out our YouTube and also our TikTok channel in here. And for those of you interested, you can find out more about our new features, our visual trading plan, and also the great review. Again, don't forget to give us a review too in our Google Play Store in here. And right now, if you have any stocks, feel free. I'm happy to look at them right now for you if you want me to check it out. Any stocks? And usually I get Kelvin and you probably ask about A Health. Let's take a look at A Health right now, just for the sake of it. And see A Health, check out the stock chart. All right, 249. It's pretty much going to be that range here, right? 249, 270, 249. It has been range bound in here. Hopefully you got to take out the last high was 255, 256, and then this way the market were able to move much higher in here. So thank you for coming, and it's great to see all of you in here actively trading in here. Oh yes, we have a few already. Cool want me to look at ECA. So I'll just use SmartRobie to look at it, the charts wise. Yeah, this one is definitely, you can see a smart money really pushing, pushing it up. Stay with the trend. I do think the trend is still up here, right? If it does break back to 85 cents, you want to be out. But do take note, this has been, moving up for the last June, almost 2 months. At one point in time, the market may take a bit of profit. So do take a bit of profit in here. Pre-Star. Let's take a look at the Pre-Star here. Okay, let's look at Pre-Star. Just waiting for the chart to come out. Yep. Pre-Star is like, no green Pentagon in here approaching the old high. I generally will avoid this one in here because this one has a lot of resistance at the top there. A lot of overhead resistance. Kind of find it kind of tough to break it over, Tony. Okay. Follow the green Pentagon. Okay. So that's all we have. And don't forget to subscribe to our Telegram chat room if you have not done so. And thank you for your attendance. We appreciate in here. And don't forget to follow me on our Telegram chat room as I will update you also on the podcast. Thank you for watching and have a pleasant day. I'll see you for our members. I'll see you all. We got May in here. Okay, our last one will be Inari for May. Okay. Inari is a nice run. Time to take profit. You got uptrust today. Okay, so after uptrust today, time to take profit. It run from $2.40 to $3. So that's a pretty good one in here. And I do think that no surprises if there's a bit of tapering off on the US side. You can see this too. with the uptrust, you have the same issue too. That's all I have. Thank you for listening and thank you for your time. I appreciate all your presence. And I'll see you. For our members, I'll see you tonight for our weekly training at 9:30. And for the public, we'll definitely be on Wednesday for our live FB talk. Thank you for watching and thank you for your support. Bye-bye.